Time now for Sid Sixero. This is where I get 60 seconds to talk about anything. Let's start the clock, please. Here's what's on my mind this morning. The lines between sports and politics have always been a little blurry. Based on what we've seen over the last 5 years, it's now official. You can't really have one without the other, not in today's society. Take what's happening in Georgia. Their voter suppression legislation is quite frankly shocking, targeting minority neighborhoods, absentee ballots, even making it illegal to hand someone water while they wait hours in line to vote. That's a thing. The corporate pressure on the state of Georgia became intense. The first league to bow down to that pressure was, of all leagues, Major League Baseball, who this past Friday announced that the 2021 All-Star Game, scheduled for Atlanta later this summer, would be moved. Baseball was generally applauded for this, but make no mistake, it was about money, mainly not losing it. Now, the Masters starts tomorrow in Augusta, Georgia. Should golfers have boycotted that tournament? I don't know. Clearly, the corporate pressure wasn't strong enough. At the end of the day, what this means is that sticking to sports really isn't allowed anymore. The stakes are too high, politically and financially. Donnovan Bennett of Sportsnet, one of the smartest people I know, is joining us on this. This is a complicated subject, not too much time, Donnovan. Let's dive into it. I was kind of shocked baseball did this because it seemed like the right thing to do, but sometimes corporations don't do the right thing. Are you still surprised they moved that All-Star Game?
100%. I am. Because, I mean, let's use a precedent. The NBA, a very progressive league, a league that has moved an All-Star Game before because of legislation that was not exactly inclusive in Charlotte in terms of the washroom bill that was trying to be passed. They just had an All-Star Game in Atlanta in February when this bill was being written. They didn't move it. In fact, many people thought they shouldn't have an All-Star Game because of a pandemic. So the fact that Major League Baseball, a sport not considered progressive in a city in Atlanta where that fan base is in a county that is overly white, and the Braves didn't want it moved, and Donald Trump is now saying boycott baseball, and even Stacey Abrams, who's fought for voter rights, said this is going to hurt actual Georgians. I think baseball really put their neck out in a way that I was surprised to see.
And the other aspect to baseball that people nowadays really don't think about that much, there's not a lot of black baseball players anymore in the game. That's another aspect of this that kind of surprised me. It made me feel good, but it surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, gone are the days where the biggest stars in baseball are Hank Aaron playing in Atlanta, Georgia. Sure. Not a lot of great black players, not a lot of managers that are black. So certainly I think they're cascading and looking forward. And you talked about money. They know they need to grow their game. They need to grow not just the players in the field, but their fan base. And they are trying to show, whether it was the racial reckoning this summer and us seeing baseball players and managers kneeling for the first time, Black Lives Matter on the outfield, or with this statement that, listen, we know we want to grow our pie. We want our audience to start to look like the country in the United States and Canada. And I think this is a progressive step, one that I would love to see some other leagues that aren't as progressive follow.
Donnovan Bennett from Sportsnet. We are not done with this story. Appreciate your time, friend. Take care. Have a good day.
You too, pal.
One and only Donnovan Bennett. He's really good. We're going to step aside. You Sound Off is next. Another stay-at-home order is coming to the province of Ontario. We'll get details later today. This one's going to have way more teeth than the previous one. You Sound Off question is fairly straightforward. Should this be happening? 1-866-267-3797. Feedback at breakfasttelevision.ca and tweet into the show anytime, 24/7 at Breakfast TV. Your opinion's on the way. Good morning, Toronto. It's 6:44. You're watching Breakfast Television.